to Hammock Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Professor Rage, aka Tyler, and with me is my co-host, SnazzyKaos, aka Charie.
Hey, what's up, guys? First, can't believe it, man. It's crazy.
Today's definitely a weird day because it's our first ever podcast. We're gonna be fucking silly as fuck, but let's go over real
Yeah,
quick. The rules for this podcast and future podcasts for viewers. Basically anything goes as long as we keep politics and religion and stuff out of it, unless we're specifically talking about that. Because there's some stuff at some point I'd like to talk about. But right now, let's keep Republican versus Democrat shit out. And any viewers that join our stream are more than welcome to, kind of weigh in and talk to us through our stream.
yeah, that would be that would actually be beneficial. That way
To
we can
actually talk about something.
actually get more content.
Yeah. And, we're going to be doing this for about an hour every Friday at noon. Today's the exception because today is Saturday at 1:30. But, Charlie, go ahead and tell them what happened yesterday.
Oh, well, uh, we were getting ready for this podcast, and I go to hop on to start anything, and I guess around my area, Spectrum decided it was best for them to shut off all internet around the area. So, well, we got waylaid, and we had to move till today because Spectrum.
Goddamn
Yeah,
Spectrum.
they took out the whole block. Nothing was working for anyone. It was bad. Yeah.
Those fucking
Took
bastards.
Took like 5 hours for it to come back on. It was really bad. They didn't give any warning now.
Yeah, they never do.
Get it.
Yeah. Oh, my internet took a fucking hit yesterday, dude. Like, I was maybe capping about 40 megabytes per second, and that was, like, maybe for a second at a time. It would drop down to, like, it would come to a complete halt at times. But, on average, I'd say roughly, probably, it peaked at about 40, it's completely stopped, so maybe 10 megabytes a second I was working with yesterday, so I couldn't really do shit either.
Yeah, I've actually been noticing that lately. Internet. I don't know what it is with Spectrum, but like lately, I'll notice my internet will just dip out and dip back in, like with no warning. It'll just do it randomly. It's different times of the day each day. There's no pattern to it at all. It'll just dip out. I'll like be disconnected from everything, and then it's like a second later, it's like nothing even happened.
Yikes.
It's not good. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so when this started happening to me with the internet dropping and shit like that, dude, I thought somebody was stealing my Wi-Fi, so I actually downloaded something to see. Turns out, no, it's just Spectrum being stupid. I did not find any foreign devices on my Wi-Fi.
Could you imagine that door neighbor siphoning all your internet, just fucking using it? Oh my god! Not even for good shit either.
It's like, you got download Minecraft or fucking Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm trying to play Fortnite.
Off my Wi-Fi. Yo, dude, I did look that up, dude. Like, I didn't know if stealing somebody else's Wi-Fi is actually a crime. Turns out it is, dude. You can actually charge somebody theft of services for that.
I mean, yeah, because you're getting it for free, basically. You're taking someone else's what they're paying for. So I guess in that sense, happens a lot though.
Yeah, and like it's not hard to do anymore either, dude. Like especially with kids your age. Like you're what, 21, right? 20, 19?
20. Yeah, I turned 20 this Friday coming up now.
Oh, dude, happy birthday. If I don't catch you that day, chances are I will. I try to join your party whenever I can and talk to you guys.
Well, we'll be having the podcast on my birthday, actually.
Oh, so shit. Birthday podcast next week, guys.
Oh, yeah, big.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, let's take this opportunity to tell the audience a bit about ourselves, because this is also going on YouTube, guys, on Twitch. If you're in the stream right now, if you guys... talk in the chat and stuff, I do have a thing that comes up, and your name as well as your comment will be seen on YouTube. So, guys, it's more incentive to send us some stuff in with the Twitch chat. But, let's start talking about ourselves. As I said, it's Professor Rage. You guys know me generally from my channel, which is what we're streaming on right now, and the channel that'll be on YouTube. Everybody else, I mean, everybody else pretty much calls me Tyler. If you guys want to call me by my first name, I'm totally cool with that. And yeah, I'm 26 years old and living in the state of New York in the U.S. of A.
Yeah, but pretty much I live in New York upstate. What I would go by is SnazzyKaos. I've been friends with Tyler for a bit, and 2020 this Friday. Been wanting to get into the Twitch live stream area, but without the right what do you call it? I don't have the right setup for it yet, so.
Eh.
Oh, there's that.
Well, all you really need to be a decent streamer, at least back in 2015 when I was streaming pretty hardcore at the time. Pretty much all I used was my Xbox and a tablet. I'd stream off my Xbox, use a tablet to monitor my chat. But right now, OBS and all that stuff, I'm running all this off my laptop. Like, you need a decent laptop, at least 8 gigs of RAM, which I fortunately have with this.
I don't even have that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta get a computer, honestly.
Yeah.
It makes things so much easier.
Dude, I want like a really good gaming PC at some point, something that I can actually play these newer games on. That way I can get away from console.
Yeah. I mean, I love console. I love everything that's done for me, but honestly, it's getting to a point now where console is like a plug-in computer for your TV. And I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well just go to PC.
Yeah.
It's better for you. I mean.
Well, the biggest reason I want PC, dude, is just there's so much better games on like Steam and shit that you can't get on console. Like, I actually found a game not too long ago that me and my cousin were supposed to play. My computer, unfortunately, can't handle it, but it's called Deceit, and it's pretty fucking cool. You can get that on Steam. It's free to play. You need a beefcake of a computer to play it, though. And, yeah, the premise is pretty simple, you know. You have, like, I think it's like 8 people per game, 6, 8 people or something like that, and one player is the infected. What's up, Jedi? Welcome. But, yeah, one player is the infected. And the other people are not. But the trick is, like, nobody knows. Oh, Jedi with the 5 bits. Thank you so much for that generous donation, my dude.
Thank you very much. That's awesome, man.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, you don't know who the infected player is until the lights go out. Once the lights go out, the infected player basically turns into a monster, and he has to kill the other players. The other players who aren't infected, they just have to escape. And it's a pretty cool premise because it's, like, based on psychology and stuff. Oh, something just happened. Something's happening.
Hello? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know what the hell that was. I just got some major feedback. I don't know what that was. Oh, man.
Damn you, Spectrum.
That was some ear rape if I've ever heard it. God damn.
Oh, my ears. Yeah.
That was, oh my god.
But yeah, if I had a decent computer, dude, I'd definitely play that game. It's free to play. It's on Steam. It's called Deceit. Deciet, or the other way around. Actually, it's EIT. But yeah, free to play. It looks interesting. I tried playing it, but again, my computer just cannot handle it. I get like maybe 10 frames per second on the lowest video settings, so
Yeah.
and that's just unplayable.
The latest laptop I had, I couldn't even run. I had trouble running Fortnite. Actually, it was bad.
Fortnite? Yeah, I have no idea how my computer would handle Fortnite.
I had to drop it to the lowest graphical setting in the goddamn game just so I could even play the damn thing. And I mean, at that point, I was just like, "This is I can't even do it."
It's just easier playing console.
Yeah, it looked like I was playing on an Android. I'm like, "This is just not right, man."
When your cell phone can outperform your PC.
I know. Yeah, it was bad, dude. It was horrible.
Dude, I know the struggle. I know. Like, thankfully, this laptop that I have right now was graciously given to me for free, and it handles like 360 games like from that era pretty well. It's just I cannot play any of the newer games on it or anything like that from the current gen up. I will not be able to play. But like games from like the 360 PS3 era handles okay. Not at like maximum settings, but it's playable. And it doesn't look like a potato, so it works.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no. I don't even have that. That's about it's making progress.
Like, it was given to me because the capture card I got my capture card before I got a PC that can handle, streaming through the capture card. Now the capture card doesn't work because my computer doesn't recognize the software, so I have to get a new capture card. I'm going with an Elgato this next time because I got some cheap Chinese ripoff, and it's so bad.
I can only imagine.
It's got maybe a 2% success rate of my computer recognizing it. It's not very good.
Yeah, again, trying to rip off products or not, they never last.
Oh man.
Never.
Speaking of China, there is stuff I want to talk about later. It has to do with Activision Blizzard, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, so.
Right now, yeah, stuff. So, actually, let's go into a little story time right now. Let's talk about our friend Mason real quick. And, this is actually kind of still going with China. It's fucking hilarious what we did to this poor kid.
Yeah.
All right, so we have this friend, Mason, and he's probably the most gullible person on the earth. Like, we convinced him. Thank God our friend Evan was there who really sold it. But we convinced him that the West Coast was getting invaded by China, and he believed us. He was skeptical at first because I was telling it, and he knows I like to fuck with him. And I was like, hey, Mason, fucking, yeah, did you hear the news, dude? China's attacking the West Coast, dude. It's the end of the fucking world as we know it. He was like freaking out.
No
He's like,
way, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking.
exactly. He's like, no, dude, you're kidding me, right? Let me look this up. Then Evan, our friend Evan, who goes to college, he's a really smart kid, really awesome kid. Very, very rarely ever he's not the kind of kid who would lie or fib about stuff. At least I don't think so.
He's probably most trustworthy out of all of us, honestly.
Yeah, him and Than are probably the best out of us, all of us. But yeah, he got in. He's like, yeah, my professors were telling me about that today. Said we should start preparing and shit. And that right there, that sold it. And Mason was getting all scared and stuff. And of course, me. I couldn't hold it together very well after that because that right there it caught me by surprise when Evan jumped in on it, and I just started dying laughing.
You're just like, guys, I can't find it on the internet. It's actually happening.
Then Mason hears me cracking up, losing my shit, crying from laughing so hard. He's like, "You guys are fucking with me." I'm like, "Yeah, we are." Oh God, that was great. Oh, that kid's a ride. I would love to have him on here one of these days as a guest, but he works during the day on Fridays, which sucks because he'd be a lot of fun to get on here because we just mess with him the whole time.
Tyler, I'll be right back. I just got pissed.
I
listened to this before the chat.
It's all right, dude. I got this. So, chat, what is up? Jedi, how are you today, man? How is everybody doing? So, guys, today is definitely the first of many weekly podcasts of Banana Hammock Heroes, live podcast of Banana Hammock Heroes, or, of course, me and my friends that all kind of grew up together. I'm the oldest out of all of them, but, they're great kids, I've known them all since they were really young, and, I'm not much older. I'm only 4 or 5 years older, but I've always gotten along with these guys better than guys my own age, and it's kind of weird, but, it's cool. It's chill. And, gotta get the Discord link in real quick so you guys can join in and possibly leave some topic suggestions. We are open to topic suggestions from chat. Well, exhausting, still have to go shopping soon. Ah, dude. Chores, man. Or errands. I don't mind shopping, though. Shopping's okay. I don't know why. Spending money is one of my greatest joys in life, even if it's on food. It's just something to do, It gets you out of the house, gets you to see the world around you. But yeah, the Discord or the way the podcasts work on the channel is totally different than all my other content. On here, it's kind of, I'm more laid back, I'm more loose. The rules aren't as strict on the podcast, chat can say pretty much whatever they want, as long as it doesn't violate TOS or anything like that. And the stuff we talk about on the podcast is considerably less tame than what I talk about on regular streams. And once Charlie gets back from his little bathroom adventure, I'm sure we'll have more to talk about. Wonder if he got lost on the way there. There you are. Welcome back.
I'm back. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I had a piss. I turned into something more, and I was caught by surprise.
Oh, don't you love that?
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude! I had a story for you before we started. It has to do with bathroom adventures.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about bathroom adventures real quick, dude. Like, is not the bathroom like the perfect space, like just to be like chill and think and stuff? Coffee's been broken all day. Need another one? Ah, oh, dude. I'd be lost without my coffee.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Be totally lost without my coffee.
Yeah, nah. Coffee is a must for me.
Yeah. Dude, I've been experimenting with my coffee lately. I got this caramel stuff that I've been kind of like putting like a teaspoon or two in to enhance the flavor of the coffee, dude. And dude, it's so good. I tried that this morning, by the way, dude. I put some of that caramel in my coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, so delicious.
It's so good, yeah.
So good.
That stuff's amazing. That makes a lot of sense. I'm like sitting here wondering what the hell is wrong with my fridge. It's in my room. Unplugged, I guess. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Shit
There's
happens,
no water
man.
out of it. The water's warm. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, man, it's a ghost. It's a creepy, spooky ghost, and it's October. Oh, shit. Charlie, did I ever tell you about my ghostly experience? The first one I've ever had, and it was recent. Like, when I was down in Virginia, actually, for those couple weeks.
No, you didn't. No.
Oh, shit, dude. So, yeah, I called well, I didn't catch a ghost, but me and my two cousins, my cousin Katie, who's married to my kind of like adopted, they're not no, they're married. So Joey's my cousin by marriage is what I'm trying to say. But my cousin Katie and my cousin by marriage Joey, we went to a park in Stanton, Virginia. At Woodrow Wilson Park, I think. Which, you go online, you don't really see anything about, like, ghosts haunting it or anything like that. In fact, if you look up Stanton and ghosts, biggest thing you're going to find is a train station. Because Stanton, Virginia, it's part of the Civil War trails. And
Yeah.
I guess shit's like, that train station specifically is, like, crazy haunted.
Haunted as fuck, yeah.
The thing about this park, though, dude, it's adjacent to the train station. We weren't catching anything at the train station. Nothing weird was going on at the train station. We walked down the railroad tracks a little bit. Nothing out of the ordinary. We go up to this park, dude, and this is when stuff starts getting weird. I start vibing a little bit, getting a weird feeling. So at first, I'm a little off, but, I shake it off because I'm a skeptic. I don't necessarily believe in ghosts and stuff like that. It's not logical. I believe when we die, it's lights out. That's it. Game over. Moving on.
Or in the dirt, yeah. It's over.
But, yeah, so this experience definitely shook my skepticism. And so, above the train station, we started at the train station. There's this bridge that literally goes up and over the train station because there's a giant cliff between the train tracks that kind of separate, like a cliff where the train tracks run next to. And then you have the train station and the greater city area of Stanton. So, and there's a bridge that goes up and over, up the cliff or over the train station and onto the cliff on the top. So we go up there and, yeah, fucking shit starts getting weird. We walk down the road a little bit, nothing weird. We go into this park, the upper part of this park, because the park's divided, in halves. One half is on, the train station side, and then there's a road, and then there's an upper hill part. We went on the upper hill part, and we hear a stick kind of hit something in front of us. And we're assuming the stick is, it just kind of fell from a tree. A squirrel must have knocked it loose or something like that. In fact, we find the very stick that fell, and we look at it. We notice the key details. It's got a little knot on it and broken off at a certain point. we don't think too much of it, so we drop the stick and we carry on moving up the park. So we get maybe about 50 yards up, and yeah, we hear something fly next to us, and oh, Evan just wrote me. I'll get to that after I finish my story. So yeah, something hits. There's like this big stone fireplace thing right in the middle of the park, right? It looks like part of an old house or something like that. And we hear something hit that. We look, and there's that same fucking stick again in this fireplace, dude. And I had to take a look at it to make sure it was the same stick. So I had to take a look at it, and it's the same fucking stick. So I do a little experiment, right? I take that stick out of the fireplace, and there's this big, like, stone block just kind of sitting there. I put the stick on top of that stone block, and then we hear police sirens down in the town. And we look and make sure they're not there for us. Now, these guys are down somewhere at a bar or something, but we hear their sirens and see their lights. So we turn back around, and the stick's gone. Nowhere to be found. There was no way somebody could have, grabbed it and ran off. We would have heard it, because we were right there. And then we turn around again. Well, actually, at this point, I take a recording. I don't know if I can find the file, but I do have a EVP recording. So, we turn around again after the stick disappears, and I hear a thump, and my cousin starts freaking the fuck out. And, of course, lo and behold, we look on the ground. There's that fucking stick again, right by her feet. It was creepy, dude. Like, I have no explanation for what happened. Maybe it could have been somebody fucking with us, and if so, they were like ninjas, and I couldn't hear. They were silent as fuck. Of course, they also would have been had to be really fucking munchkin-y short, because yeah, there was nowhere
really
they could have.
Fast too.
Yeah, because there was nowhere anybody could. There was nowhere anybody could have hid. We would have seen them or heard them. But yeah, that freaked me out a little bit. I was a little like that kind of shook my skepticism. I'm still kind of on the skeptic side, because I have no explanation for what happened that night. Like, it was weird. And,
yeah.
Got any, like, cool stories like that?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I'm still waiting for that moment for me. Because, like, everybody's a non-believer in ghosts till they are. So I'm just, like, I'm wondering, I'm, like, waiting for it to happen to me. Because so far, I mean, I haven't had any situations like what you just had. I'm just like, I hear about them, but I'm just like, I've never been seen or been a part or anything like that.
Yeah, that's my first one, dude. Like, I haven't had enough to really confirm if it was like paranormal or not. It was just kind of weird, just something I can't really explain.
Yeah, that's nuts. I'd be scared shit. The moment I saw the twig and the fire, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. We're just going. Get the fuck out of here. For sure.
Channel. Yeah, dude. It's definitely something, though. I want something I just absolutely cannot swear off. Something so fucking blatant and just so right there in your face. Like, there's no explanation for anything other.
No, I don't.
Just writing Evan real quick. Discord server. Alright. See if he wants to join up and talk with us. He should be able to join the livecast channel.
Yeah, you should.
Evan's a fun guy too. I like Evan. He's a good kid.
Yeah. Probably one of the smartest ones out of all of us.
Yeah, one of the best ones too. Like, in terms of like morality, he's a good kid.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Like, cause you have like two kind of smart people, You have Evan's group, which are like the really chill ones. Like, they're smart, but they're not like in your face. Like, I'm better than you. They're just kind of like, hey, I'm smart, but I'm chill, dude. Yeah, they're like
humble as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have the other smart people, what I call the fedora wearing fucking neckbeards.
Yeah, the ones that get in your face and basically criticize you on everything.
Gotta correct everything you say.
Yeah, grammar Nazis.
Yeah. I have that muted. Oh, it's my buddy. I want to try to play Disney. I don't. Middle live stream. Oh, it's my cousin writing me. Let me write him real quick. I would, dude, but in middle of a podcast. If you would like to join on the Banana Hammock Heroes server in the livecast channel. Yo! Alright. Alright, so yeah, I can give him a new role here. Put him in the guest speaker. If Evan can't join us, like, because of server stuff, I'll just turn him into an admin.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
I don't see why you wouldn't be. That's a weird.
Well, the admin thing I wanted specifically just for, like, the actual full-time hosts. Yo, Evan, what's up, dude?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we hear you, Evan.
Oh, my God, your audio is so silky smooth.
Yeah, it's way better than mine.
Is it really?
Dude, it sounds beautiful.
Really good.
You sound like a radio DJ, dude. Like one of those guys that, like, does that deep radio voice.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Bruno Mars and the Duke, whatever
Oh my God, dude.
That was pretty good.
Dude, that's all legit.
Goddamn. Yeah, we were just
Talking about.
we were just talking about paranormal ghost shit, and before that we were talking about stories and shit. So.
Yeah, I'm not hungover, but I just had a late night, so I just wanted to go to bed. I was at the bowling alley last night because
Yo, what's up,
I
Joey?
actually got my actual license and stuff.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Executioners, my cousin Joey, and our friend SnazzyFilipino, a.k.a. Evan. Say hello, guys.
What's up?
Hello.
Yeah, man. You both sound beautiful.
So are you guys today?
I'm all right. Again, I just woke up.
Yeah, it's the best time to wake up.
And I'm doing updates on my computer after a fresh install.
Nice.
Oh, that's fun.
But yeah, Evan and Charlie is my.
Speaking of which, I need to do a restart, so I'll be back.
All right, dude.
All right.
So guys. All right, guys. So that's my cousin Joey. He's married to my cousin Katie. He's cousin by marriage, of course. There's no inbreeding in this family, as far as I'm aware. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind fucking. No, I'm kidding. I'd totally fuck my sister.
Goddamn. That wouldn't be surprising where we live. That's the norm.
Banjos and incest.
Oh, no,
yeah.
we don't really do incest up here. They just do animals, you know. It's not good up here. It's wild.
Here, Bessie, come here, girl. Moo. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
Daddy's got a surprise for you.
And I'm back.
Welcome back, man.
Ah, wow. You missed so much.
We got to talk about incest and bestiality. I like where this podcast is going already. Oh shit.
God. Ugh. Evan's just like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Yeah, Evan and Joey, if you guys want to introduce yourselves, go right ahead. Let the audience know who you guys are. Me and Charlie did ours at the beginning of the episode, and we're only about half an hour in, so you guys just kind of like be like, hey, I'm this. This is me. I live here. I'm here in the state.
No, don't say where you live. Don't say where you live.
Don't do your address in your hometown.
Don't
Just kind of like your region.
So my name's Joey, and I have an addiction. I am a chronic masturbator.
Oh, dude, you too?
Lifestyle.
You're not alone,
good.
Joey.
Good. There for a second, I thought I was in the wrong group.
No, it's okay. You come to the right place.
It's not an addiction, it's a lifestyle, he says.
Unfortunately, though, you're not going to get any help here. If anything, we might egg you on.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was supposed to be one of the topics today, too. Fucking talking about masturbation.
Hey, so Tyler, I don't know if you had heard, but Wednesday I lost my job.
Oh, shit, dude. What happened?
I got canned.
Oh shit,
Ah, shit.
that sucks, man.
Yeah.
What type of
Yeah.
job
It,
was
uh,
it?
it,
Was it a I don't know. What type of job was it?
It was a
have you guys heard of Crutchfield?
No, I actually haven't.
They are the #1 online retailer for car and home audio.
Alright.
that was in
Yeah. They
Charlottesville. Right? Was it Charlotte's or Chancellor's or what?
Harrisonburg.
Harrisonburg. Okay, yeah, yeah. Which
Yeah.
is it was a good drive. I remember you'd have to leave like 45 minutes to an hour early every day when I was down there just to get there on time.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Shit.
Awesome.
They give you a reason, or they just like, yeah, I'm good. Like, fuck.
What?
I said they give you a reason, or they just didn't say anything.
They didn't like the progress that I was making, but I've already got another interview set up on Monday at 11.
Nice, dude.
Working for Shintel.
That's good.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked about it because they pay better, and it's all stuff that I actually know, like networking, internet, that kind of shit.
dude, I think you'd
awesome.
do really good there. Cause yeah, for Evan and Charlie, yeah, my cousin here, he's like a computer whiz, dude. Like he knows his stuff when it comes to like computers and stuff. As a matter of fact, your PC is a custom build, isn't it?
Yeah, it's X gaming development rig. I'm running an AMD FX 8350 octa-core processor clocked at 4.3 gigahertz, 32 gigabytes of
No shit.
5 terabytes worth of storage.
God damn.
It's a hell of a PC. Yeah, I've seen this thing up and
Yeah.
running, dude. Like he handles. Last thing you play a lot of Paladins, but I saw you running Shadow of War on there, and that looked like console quality, but like even better because it was 60 frames, dude. Like it was beautiful.
Mm.
I actually did some benchmarks before I reinstalled Windows, and I was running it between 90 and 120 frames a second on high settings.
Jeez.
Damn. I don't even know what that looks like.
And now that Destiny 2 is free, and I finally got that running,
my
I'm running that game on high settings at 90 frames per second, unless there's a lot of enemies around, then it drops down to about 70. But max, I get about 150, 160 frames a second.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that game is beautiful on PC.
Oh, what's
Honestly,
the
God, it is.
Does anybody know like what the maximum the human eyes can actually like detect, like what we see at, like in terms of frames per second?
I want to say the maximum, and this is if you have perfect vision, I want to say it's 120 frames per second. But if your vision isn't the greatest, like average, I want to say it's between 60 and 100.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I'm
fucked.
Oh, it's weird, right? Because like we see these games running at these beautiful frame rates, and they just seem so buttery smooth. But like when we take our eyes off the computer in real life, dude, it feels choppier than it does in the game. But like our eyes can register the difference between the game and real life, like in terms of frames. Like real life to me feels a bit choppier, like 30 frames a second. But like when I see a game at 60 frames, dude, that's like smoother than IRL, dude.
I must have like 30 frame eyes. 30 frame eyes. So yeah, I go.
Evan, if you're still here, man, I wanted to actually talk to you or have you talk about what your college is doing with esports, because that's actually really cool and that's like a huge thing.
Yeah. So like I don't know, I was with the I worked at the college over the summer, and the guy who's the coach is actually he graduated this past year, so I knew who he was, but I don't know exactly the post specifics, but so far we had at least one meeting talking us about what these
Oh shit.
we'll be getting jerseys, and we just got an email I think this last week, or no, I think like it was like Tuesday, saying just email me your availability, and then once everybody does, we'll get started with.
Oh.
And I don't know, I peeked in the little like esports lounge we're doing. It looks nice. It's a computer, I'm pretty sure, and then switches obviously, but then we get jerseys. But I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly about the if it's school against school or we're just like competing against each other for right now because we're just we're starting.
Oh shit. You guys plan on doing Overwatch? Am I correct? Evan?
I think we lost.
I think we're having some technical difficulties with Evan here. Well, now's probably a good time, guys, to actually bring up that shit that's going on with Blizzard Activision right now and the whole China debacle. I know we're not supposed. I don't really consider it like politics, so this is kind of like good versus evil level stuff here. Those of you who don't know, Activision or Blizzard over there, they banned a Chinese guy who was participating in the Grandmasters. And at the end of it, he screamed in Chinese, "Freedom for Hong Kong," revolution of our generation.
Yeah.
And Blizzard just banned this guy for a year.
Took away his money. Yeah, took away the prize money.
Yep.
They,
Wow.
It's a really, it's a really
bad.
fucked up situation. And Blizzard, I don't know about Activision more, even though they are one company. I'm personally, boycotting both of their companies' products until this shit gets figured out and Blizzard somehow redeems themselves. But
I don't know how the hell they're gonna do that though. They get so much shit.
yeah,
Like, besides that kid, they let go 2 commentators that were interviewing the kid. I was like, what the?
yeah,
what the hell
like
you
they
doing?
weren't even responsible for it. So what this basically turned out to be, what everybo's saying is going on, is that Blizzard, it's money over freedom.
Really, it is.
And yeah, money over freedom, and that's what's pissed a lot of people off. And it's remarkable what it did. Like, it doesn't matter what side you are on the political spectrum, whether you're Republican or Democrat. This has united all these gamers with whether they have opposing political views or not. This has united all of us against this one company because they did something that's anti-human rights.
And it's crazy because the business. Blizzard, Activision, Blizzard. They only have like a 5% stake in China, and they they took the China percentage into account more than everywhere else. It's such an issue. Whereas like companies like Epic, they have like almost 50%.
Yeah, I think it was.
And they're for the gamers.
Yeah,
They've already come out and said they wouldn't do it yet.
I think it's like 40% or something like that. And yeah, Epic just straight up came out and said, like, if this shit was happening to us, we'd side with the gamer. We're not about to sell out to a government just because we're not about that. And that's kind of, that's restored my respect for Epic, despite, Fortnite still being absolute trash. Yeah, like, that's definitely gave me some hope for Epic. Like, that's cool of Epic. And there was another company, I actually just saw this today on a YouTube video by Legacy Killer HD. And oh shit. What was I saying?
Hello, babies.
Oh, God.
You got sound effects on deck, dude. What the?
Dude,
I don't believe that Hillary has the stamina.
Oh God. We gotta keep politics out, man. We can't do politics. Oh man.
But on the same topic, I know you don't follow sports very much, Charie, but the same thing is kind of happening in the NBA. So like, there was a owner or GM of the Rockets.
Yeah, I've heard about this with the Rockets.
He was basically like just saying like stand up for like he was just making a good like comment like stand up for Hong Kong, like everything that's going on over there, and China just wasn't having it. And the Rockets organization is like 50-50. Like they get a lot of their like money from China because of Yao Ming and all the legacy Chinese players that have on their team.
Yeah.
And over in China, they're like banning NBA now. They're shutting off all the games airing over there. Companies like Anta, like shoe wear, are like basically pulling out on NBA players, like guaranteed money, like for shoe deals and everything. It's
Mhm.
kind of a big issue right now.
Yeah, like as much as I hate to say it, man, like this is ascended, like or gotten past the whole gaming sphere, dude. This is now like full on
Yeah, it's
geopolitical fucking
it's
country versus
everywhere.
country shit now. Like, I don't want to bring the word war into it, but like I hope it doesn't get to that
Nah,
point.
it's
China's
not.
okay,
Nah, I don't
cool,
think it will.
because China's terrifying.
They are, but they're smart. I don't think they would do that. I think it's just about a matter of like who's to them it's like who's more right, them or us. I don't know. They're making it a two-way side where it's not even that. It's
Oh, I mean, dude, it's like Cold War stuff all over again. Communism
I
versus
know.
democracy. And like,
Yeah.
ew. But
I
like
know.
it's
I can't
somehow
believe we're back to this.
it's gotten into our like the whole gaming sphere, which kind of sucks.
I
But
never thought I'd see the day where gaming is actually a part of this whole like why?
oh, it's just such a huge market over there, dude. They like the
Oh
population
yeah,
is massive, and like there's a
oh
lot of
yeah,
money to be made.
It's
But like
tremendous.
still, like what's more important, human rights or money? For Blizzard, it's apparently money,
money. Yeah, yeah.
which is just
I guess
sad.
I don't know, man.
Isn't that the same reason that Bungie split out from Microsoft? It was basically they didn't agree with how Microsoft was handling things, and it was also a money situation too.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
it's either
and was it
Microsoft.
like
Was it
it
Microsoft
was
or
a
Activision? Or did they do it
well
with both?
Microsoft was first, and then it was Activision. It
Oh
happened
yeah.
twice to Bungie actually.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah. With Halo.
the Microsoft debacle thing was because Microsoft back then when they didn't have Phil Spencer, um, they would have scheduling for games like before they were even like on the table. So like they would just get done with Halo 2, say, and they'd be like, all right, so Halo 3 has to be done within a year, and if it's not, you're losing money, and we're pulling out on you.
Oh yeah.
So Bungie just wasn't having it, so they parted ways.
And
And
ended
then
up.
with Activision was actually worse because they had like parts into the game. So like Destiny, they were making it so like they were like taking creative role over the game, and Bungie was not like Bungie couldn't really do what they wanted to. Like they could, but it came with a price, make it microtransaction, and the fans weren't loving it, and Bungie knew that, and they decided to go their own way. And now
Which was cool.
they're on their own, which I think
And
is good for them.
and from what I hear, Destiny's a lot better since. And they made it
Oh
free to
yeah,
play, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I
The
love
only thing
yeah.
I don't like about the fact that Destiny is now free to play is that you still, like, if you really want to expand it, you still have to purchase all these expansion packs, which I personally think is bullshit. If you're going to release a game, release the game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, I think they want to first see how this is even gonna go, because I don't think they even know how the free to play thing is gonna work. Like they want to see how it, like what it brings in, like what people, if new players come. I think right now the way they're doing it, which is a lot better than what they get past, is like with the multiple DLCs. Like you're actually letting you buy them separately. So like it's a if you don't want to buy this one, but you want to buy the one say 6 months from now, you can without having to buy this one. Whereas
That
before it
makes
was like
sense.
yeah, you had to buy the whole year last time, which was horrid. Because you would drop money and then like you find out that the second DLC was absolutely nothing. It was horrible. Yeah, it wasn't good at all.
I
That
remember.
makes
glad
sense.
I remember the first Destiny. Like they actually had content on the disc in the base game that was locked behind paywalls until it released. Like the game
Yeah,
was
no,
released unfinished, and I mean it was finished. You just couldn't access it until it came out, and you had to pay for it. And
yeah,
that was the first Destiny.
that just beats Activision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
That is crap.
Activision Blizzard, like they're just getting hit on so many sides for the dumb shit they're doing. And if you look at their stocks, dude, their stocks are plummeting. Now here's the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing. A couple days ago, that guy had mentioned Legacy Kill HD. I watch a lot of his videos because he does a lot of gaming news. And last couple weeks or so, it's been all Activision Blizzard for something. But
Yeah.
yeah, it turns out people that are trying to protest and boycott these Blizzard products like World of Warcraft Classic, Hearthstone, people are trying to pull out their accounts and cancel them. And last time I
Oh, yeah.
heard, they were they disabled all like these verifications and shit, so people couldn't cancel their accounts.
To kick it away.
Yeah, which is illegal as fuck.
Yeah, I know. I just love how they think that's gonna stop it. Like, what?
That's good.
Like, just makes it worse. Like, what?
Well, when somebody decides, hey, I want my fucking money back because you guys keep taking it out, even though I don't play your games anymore, they're gonna fucking sue, and then they're gonna be looking down even more fucking trouble. It's like these fucking AAA developers just they think they're God or something. Like they don't realize that there's consequences for actions and. Like, it doesn't matter what social status you are, whether you're a company or you're just a person, there's always consequences, and it always comes down to the people. Like, the baseline of everything is your base. Whoa, what the hell happened here? Anybody still there? What the hell? Sorry, guys, I seem to be having some technical difficulties real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. What the hell just happened there?
Oh, I just kind of like disconnected and reconnected a bunch.
Yeah, that's what I just did. I don't know, everybody went pure quiet, and I was just like, well.
God damn you, Spectrum. I just got my bill paid off for Spectrum for the month. Yeah, they increased my fucking bill by $4 a month now, so now I'm paying like $70 instead of $65. Those bastards. But hey, internet's internet, man. I need internet to survive.
I like what they're I don't know. EA is like just as worse, I would say, as Blizzard and Activision. Like they know they're like putting out all like basically they lean on the sports titles like Madden and FIFA, and basically they're getting all their revenue just from microtransactions.
Yeah, 47% of their revenue comes from those sports games.
It's ridiculous.
Then we
like they just put out all these like bag trash games just because they know people are gonna buy microtransactions from them.
Well, thing is,
gaining money.
Like
if putting out complete games. Yeah.
See, like the best way to stop all these microtransactions and shit from happening is to just stop fucking participating in them. But then we have people like fucking Mason who are like, I'm gonna drop a couple $100, you know. I gotta get my ultimate team up.
There's a lot of people like that though, and you know, like I want to knock on them, but in those games, it's kind of hard not to do that because the way they set it up, it's basically edging you in that direction.
Yeah.
Like they put everything behind. Like they'll come out with a fancy new card and like, oh, but you need to buy this pack to get it.
Yeah, like, it's predatory microtransactions. It's the definition of predatory. And it's terrible. The problem is with sports games, dude, like how many hardcore gamers, like people that are like heavily involved in the industry and shit like that, actually, you know, like play a lot of Madden compared to the people that don't care about the industry and still play Madden. Like we're outnumbered in that field.
Yeah, what I think is crazy about these games and microtransactions is like games like sports like Madden and 2K, they have a ESRB rating of E for everyone. So like anyone can hop on, and all these kids that are coming up, say like 9 and 10, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, they just know that they're gonna get the fancy new thing, and it's like it's pre-gambling. Like they're literally like turning these kids into gamblers before they're even of age. And it's crazy.
If you look on the ESRB website too, any game that has simulated gambling in it has to be rated T for teen at least. Yeah. And yet these games are still rated E for everyone.
Yeah, I was seeing the whole thing on this for like 2K. So like their My Team game mode, it literally looks like a lotto machine. Like everything looks like a goddamn poker machine. And it's E for everyone.
There's a casino vibe to it.
Yeah, it literally looks like a goddamn casino. Like, and ESRB are like, no, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, what? Yeah. How is there nothing wrong with this? See, it's simulated gambling. I don't even know how to.
I feel like 2K is better than Madden because like you can earn the VC not just by My Team, like doing other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Madden, just to do My Team and like.
Madden's worse when it comes to that though, because it's like.
I will say though, I'm proud of myself because I mean, granted, this is for my career. I've not spent a single like cent on my player.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did.
You're part of the problem, Charlie. I'm just fucking with you. Still there, bud? Charlie? Is anybody else there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have shoddy internet, so I'm like in and out, but like,
Yeah.
I'm still in the thing.
Yeah, I feel ya. Charlie? Seem to be having more technical difficulties.
Sorry
guys.
about that. I don't know what the hell just happened. Why does this keep happening? Like I start talking and then gone.
Oh man, that's yeah, no.
Yeah.
Spectrum's been having issues lately. Like
Like I was saying, I did fall victim to the 2K. I did buy VC, but it's horrible because it's like if you don't, it's literally like 2 months of just straight up playing the game to get to a point where someone could get in 2 seconds.
yeah,
It's horrible.
That's the definition of predatory it's pay the win, man.
I know it's horrible, and I know like it was bad, but like dude, I don't know. I was just like, I cannot set away 2 months of this. This is insane.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. The gaming industry now, dude. I miss the old days, man. Like Halo 3 days and Modern Warfare 2 days. Like there were no microtransactions. You bought the game, you owned the game. The only thing you had to pay
You had
for
100% of the game.
The only thing you had to pay for were the expansions, which is understandable, dude. You buy something that adds on to the already finished game. That makes sense.
Yep.
But now they're doing it. Let's sell unfinished games for Fallout 76. And 76 isn't bad because all their microtransactions are cosmetic. The game is still kind of boring, but like
I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for the next generation coming up because they're not even gonna know what a game without microtransactions even is.
yeah, like they're growing up in a time when that's the norm. Where we
That's
grew up
insane.
in a time, when the norm with the online gaming community was saying how you fuck somebody's mother a bunch of times.
Yeah.
God, I miss
Yeah,
those
wait for your
days.
balls to drop. Yeah, that type of shit.
Pretty much.
I would hop on and get instant wrecked, dude. Not even by playing the game, just by talking to chat. Oh my god.
See, me and my old group of friends I've parted ways with since, we used to pick on younger people all the time, be like, squeakers! Oh, God, we were horrible.
It's sad because when I started out, I was the kid getting picked on, and then like I got to a point where I was the one doing the picking on. It felt amazing. I was like, finally, I'm at a point where I can be like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, dude, today I was playing Fallout 76, and I had a squeaker experience, dude, so I ran with it. So, in my base in 76, dude, I have a designated building where my shops are, and so yeah, the kid went in there to look at my shops. He was talking on game chat, so I can hear his tiny little 9-year-old voice, maybe younger. So I sneak up behind him, shut my door, and lock it. I lock it with a level 3 lock. This kid's only like level 9, so there's no way he's picking that, and there's no other way in or out of that building. So I locked it, and through a little crack in the door, dude, I was able to add spike traps so he couldn't move in there. And all I hear is, "Please, sir, let me out! Let me out!" It was funny. I kept him in there for like a good half an hour.
You're my dad.
Oh, man. Am I a terrible person? Probably, but it was fun, and it was hilarious. I had a giggle. Yeah, no, that's the online atmosphere I miss, is have fun at the expense of kids. God, I'm
Yeah,
a
you're a
terrible
troll.
person.
Everyone was a troll. It was fucking hilarious.
Dude, like those game chats back then, dude, they were brutal, man.
I remember there was always that one kid that, like, we would just tell, get your mother on the mic, and he would do it. And the mom would get on the mic and be like, what? What are you guys going to do to my son's Xbox? I'm like, oh, nothing. Nothing, lady.
See, my favorite experiences with kids are like when they would get into it and they'd swear and talk all this mad shit, and then you'd hear their parents come in and yell at them. That was great.
I miss that.
Thomas, get off your Xbox! How dare you say that shit? You're grounded! It was fucking great. Oh, man.
Right.
Those were the good old days of gaming. And before that, that's a time. There was a time before online gaming was like mainstream like it is now. Like single player was the main thing. There was some online games, but it was hard to connect online back then because most people didn't have broadband.
So bad.
Like we're talking like the original Xbox PS2 days, dude, when online was just being introduced.
And I remember the first game I got online with, and it was like Tony Hawk Underground on the regular Xbox.
Oh
It
man,
was so bad. Worst experience of my life, but
the single
it was my first experience with online.
the single player experience on that game though,
Yeah.
in my opinion, then that and the second Underground were the best Tony Hawk games ever.
Yeah, they were really good.
I miss those days.
Now they have like this game they have Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and each one looks exactly the same, and they're not doing better.
With different
Not
maps
getting
and
it.
shit, yeah. I mean, the second one did introduce the skate park editor, which was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with that as a kid. Making my own skate
Yeah.
parks. I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever. Now we have games where like there's tons of make your own stuff. Far Cry is something that's always had it since Instincts, at least. Has always had the map editor.
Yeah.
But yeah, the map editor on Far Cry is not as good as it used to be because Far Cry Instincts was like an amazing multiplayer experience, especially when you made your own maps. Because it played a lot like Halo back then. Like, you start out with shit
Forge.
weapons and you have to get the decent weapons by finding them on the map.
Yeah, I did love that. That's why I loved Halo back then over Call of Duty, actually.
Yeah, because Call of Duty, you just pick your weapon, you unlock your weapons through playing, and you start out with those weapons. I like the games where you have to find the better weapons and always be a race to them. Like, that's why Gears of War is still awesome for me, because they still do that, as far as I'm
You
aware.
played the new Gears of War?
I've played probably about halfway through the campaign. I've not touched the multiplayer yet, or anything other than the campaign yet. I really got to finish it at some point.
I've tried the multiplayer. I haven't started the campaign yet, because I know once I do, we'll be there for a while.
And the campaign's different. I mean, the first act is still pretty, Gears of War. It's when you start getting into the more open world stuff in the second act and beyond. It's kind of veers off from what Gears of War used to be. I mean, it's cool
Good
getting
thing, or?
It depends on your preference, I guess. When I play Gears of War, I like the linear fucking,
Linear story, yeah.
Yeah, that to me, it's
Go to
easy,
Yeah.
It's like some games I don't mind an open world, like games that you can immerse yourself. Role-playing games generally are best for open worlds. When you have action shooters and stuff like that, it's for me. I like my action games linear because it's just point A to point B, kill everything on the way there. Simple, not racking my brain trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. With RPGs, when I want to rack my brain, think about what I'm gonna be doing, I like an open world.
Yeah.
A game that I've been slowly getting back into, and plus I need to complete the story for it, is Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
Red Dead
How
Redemption.
is
I
it?
don't
How is
yeah,
that,
on
actually?
yeah. I like it. Like it was what I feel like is like if like a new player goes into GTA Online, it's like a lot harder for them to get adjusted because everybody has freaking those expensive stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas if you're a new one going to Red Dead Redemption, I feel like it's like a lot more easy to like find your place in that. I guess.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was
just
going.
because it's the time.
Because I heard they came out with an update
Welcome.
not too long ago. And I was wondering how that was, because when it first came out, it was iffy. I mean, it was good.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I haven't tried any of the new stuff yet, like the bounty hunter and trader stuff. I just been
I
trying
didn't
to
even know
catch
they
up.
had that. That's awesome.
I actually watched one of my favorite streamers play Red Dead, and watched him play it online, dude, and he did not like it. And from what I saw of it, the online on Red Dead 2 is still toxic as fuck. Like,
Oh, well,
you
I mean, it is
still
a
have
Rockstar game. They're always toxic as fuck.
yeah, but like if I want to play a game like that, dude, I don't want to be bothered by other players. I want to be able to do the missions and shit, without worrying about getting killed by some asshole camping it, waiting for other players to get there. That's the problem with Red Dead Online. Is you can't get anything done because there's people fucking waiting at these places, just waiting for players to come get these
Yeah.
missions, and it's not a good experience. But the single player of that game, probably hands down, my favorite game of 2019 besides 2018 besides God of War. God of War was fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, I can play God of War, but that Red Dead Redemption campaign was amazing.
Dude, it was so
Oh my God.
emotional, man. Like, I
I
felt
felt like I was
that.
watching a movie.
And toward the end, we're going to do a quick spoiler warning for everybody who hasn't finished it yet. Or maybe not, but, yeah, no. We'll kind of be vague, but, like, the ending was so, dude, like, you felt so attached to that character, dude. And the way it ended, like, but what I liked was the epilogue was fucking fantastic. That was, like, a really awesome surprise.
And I remember before the game came out, I was like so like into John Morrison and Red Dead 1, and I loved his story and everything. And once I played Red Dead 2, I realized how shit his story was. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
See, I like that
Never
it was...
had this connection.
See, before it came out, dude, I kept hearing that it was a totally separate story. Like, we wouldn't be seeing any of the other characters or anything like that. And then when it actually released, you know, I saw fucking Dutch Vanderlyn and John Marston again, dude. I was like, this game's fan-fucking-tastic, and I just fell in love with it.
Great campaign.
Absolutely
Can't say that
amazing.
enough.
All right, guys. Well, it's about that time. Excellent first episode, guys, by the way. Thank you so much, Charlie, Evan, and Joey, for tuning in, guys, and joining us.
No worries.
Yeah,
All right,
it was
guys.
a great experience. Can't believe it's already been an hour. Holy shit.
This was fun. Again, guys, if you can or can't, Charlie, definitely. Next Friday at noon, same time. Next week, even if you guys can't join in the conversation, just pop in the chat. This will be up on you. This will still be on YouTube. All right, guys.
I'm
You guys want to say your goodbyes to the chat?
Oh, God.
goodbye, chat. See you next Friday. Oh man.
All right.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
We'll figure it out as we go. We got plenty more weeks to do this.
Wow.
All right, everybody. That was a successful first episode. Also, this will be on YouTube probably later today. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and peace.